what you saw was probably coordinated by some pretty big whales on Pepe. And those big whales only come out to do that kind of stuff here and there. Once the real bull run starts, I believe the whales will be more focused on.
Today I interview longtime crypto commentator Elliot of EllioTrades as he exposes this meme coin mania we're seeing in crypto. We discuss the coordinated rise of Pepe, the next crypto project the whales really may be interested in. But before all that, Elliot, what are your general views on meme coins?
The memes, they are happening. You know, what's funny is every time we see a meme coin season, if you will, there's a lot of people who have no context on the meme coin seasons that have come before. Now, if you look, I think Ivan showed a chart on his a video recently where he shows the price of Bitcoin and the volume of meme coins as like the oscillator on the bottom was like meme coins and the price of Bitcoin was a normal chart. And most times, almost every single time, the coming of the meme coins has been the horseman of the apocalypse for Bitcoin price. And that's because effectively what it is a fully divorcing, it's a complete, like, I'm giving up on utility. I'm giving up on this stuff doing anything. Here's a meme. Here's a nothing project that we promised nothing. It promises nothing except maybe it'll make you money. Most likely it won't, but maybe it'll make you some money. It's pure gambling, pure casino. And that is usually like a last ditch effort. If the only thing working is casino, there's some issues, right? And so does it mean that you can't make money on meme coins? Of course, some people do. And those stories, I would argue, are fairly damaging because those stories are the ones that everybody shares, right? When you hear about the average TikToker, they came to crypto because they heard about people getting rich on Doge, right? They heard about the Dogecoin millionaire. They heard about people getting rich on SHIB, right? And that's what brought them into the space. And so they weren't here for, decentralized consensus mechanisms and for power to the edges and censorship resistant money. Like they learned about that stuff afterwards. They were here because they heard someone buying an ape picture and getting rich. They're here for, and as much as I love NFTs, I think they're not quite the same as meme coins. Like a lot of them are memes, right? And so, I think it's really important to recognize that meme coins in specific that promise nothing and do nothing usually signal the last push of a little bullish run in the market. We saw it in 2020, we saw it in 2021, and now we're seeing it again now. I personally stay away from them, and I've been pretty harsh on meme coins this week because I see this as the perfect time to be accumulating good stuff. Tech, real L1s, L2s, DeFi, gaming projects, stuff where you have teams that are pouring their heart and soul into building something innovative and delivering and growing. And those teams will continue to be relevant into the future. Those teams will make news in the new bull run and they will attract users in the new bull run. But there's data to support that those hard tech projects usually won't pump until Bitcoin enters price discovery territory. So I put up a tweet the other day where I was sort of showing how Polygon's a great example. Everyone last bull run knew about Polygon. Everyone was talking about Matic. All throughout 2018, all throughout 2019, all throughout 22. I think it actually, no, it did launch in 2018, but it sat in a range from 2019 to 2020, and it was pretty much didn't move. And after a while, I personally gave up on Matic, and I wish I hadn't, right? I wish I had stacked a lot more of it because as soon as it broke out of this range, when Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, it began its journey from 1 penny up to almost $3, 300x, 288x. But it did not break out of that range despite all of the positive news it created, despite all of these sort of wins that the protocol had amassed. It didn't create the price. The price wasn't reflected in the charts. And so this is true not just of Polygon, but it's a hyperbolic example just to help you understand that there are these protocols that will have these meme coin like gains, but only when Bitcoin does its thing. And then the narratives start to come to life. No narrative in this industry. And back when I met you in 2019, this was the moment I was in where I was starting to lose faith in the narratives, in the tech, in the fundamentals that are so interesting about this industry. And that is the trap, I believe. And so when meme coins come up at this moment, after people have been beaten up by a multi-year bear market, my heart hurts because I realize that a lot of people are going to chunk in a major portion of their portfolio, lose that, and then that might be the sort of death knell on their crypto career because they're like, screw it, I've lost it all again, and I just can't imagine winning. Whereas right now, if you go to the boring places that will not be boring in the future, you understand that Bitcoin needs to do its thing before these things can truly wake up. That's the sort of magic, which is that Bitcoin, once it enters into price discovery above 69,000, that's when you'll start to see the real tech pick up. And there are meme coin like gains over there. But it's much more likely that you'll hold a coin that has that fundamental value for the time needed for it to grow, more than, Wojak or Pepe or whatever. And not to say I don't like Pepe as a meme, but I just think as a financial instrument, as soon as Pepe starts dropping, like I think it's down like 80% or 70% over the last few days, it's really hard to hold that. It's really hard to hold that with conviction, because who knows, right? It's very gambling. But if you look at something like a Matic, or, I don't want to say specific coins, but look at the top layer ones, look at the top layer twos. Like there's a lot of stuff that is down, and there's a lot of reasons why it won't be in the future. And that's exciting, because you can continually accumulate that stuff throughout the bear. And looking at Matic as an example, there can be multi-hundred X's on stuff that's good, on stuff that's great tech, but it won't happen just because it's great tech. It has to happen at the right time in the market cycle. And so not losing your patience, not losing your focus, that there will be another cycle is really key. Just to recap, we talked about it in the last video, but I switched my mentality from complete defensiveness to accumulation when the Fed bailed out the banks. When the banks first got bailed out and they reversed about half of the quantitative tightening they've done over the last few years, that was my signal that something's changed, something has started to break. That was something I've been saying on my channel now since the beginning of 2022. We want to see something break, see the Fed come in and fix it with money, which is how they fix things. And that's when things have starting to change shape. There could very well be some like black swan that we don't know about. So I'm going into slow accumulation mode, just so that if we get really low prices, I can buy down there, because I believe that that's the life-changing stuff. Is remaining bullish when things are really, really bottomed out is probably the most important part of this whole game we call crypto.
The one thing I respect about meme coins, most of them, that they'll tell you right up front, like, hey, this is dog crap. This is the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen. Don't buy it, yet people do anyway. The thing that I wish it was made a whole lot clearer is that truly, in my opinion, not that you can't invest if you know what you're investing in, or if you want to do it, but like the game of meme coins to me is you can't be the last to buy and you can't be the last to sell, because somebody's going to be, and it's sort of that game like, hot potato, and then people get burned.
Yeah, well, the problem is that meme coins have this effect where the reason why they sucker you in is because it's not the first pump, it's not the second pump, it's the fourth and fifth pump where you go, oh my God, something's different, something's unstoppable. There's a movement happening here around this idea, this meme. And just to be clear, memes have value. Like attention on the internet has value. And when everyone's doing something in the same way, there's value there. People watching a Mr. Beast video, 50, 100 million people watching a Mr. Beast video, this brand is now $1 billion brand, right? And so there's value in ideas and memes. The thing is, most people will not invest early in the meme coin that goes 1,000x. They'll miss the big meme coin, and then they'll chase lower and lower tier meme coins. You have to just realize people are creating like 20 of these a day, 50 of these a day. So like the chance that you're going to get the one that goes on a run is not so hot, right? It's a low chance. The chance for you to pick an ETH competitor or a L2 to ETH and see that thing go on an absolute ripper in the bull run, that's actually pretty solid. Like your odds there are pretty solid. And so from a probability standpoint, your chance of picking something that has decent tech and it doing something in the bull run is way higher than you picking the magic meme coin. That said, as long as you don't like put in too much money, like you could do really well on meme coins, but most people will see their buddy. I know people who made millions of dollars on Pepe. I'm happy for them. I truly am. I hope you guys don't think I'm hating the pump. I love that people made that money. I'm scared for the people that hear that story and then they jump into the next one without thinking about the negatives, and they get crushed, because the meme coin pump will disappear like that. It'll be an instant. It's like Russian roulette. That thing can go away in a second. Whereas when Bitcoin's on the up and up, has momentum after X years of bear, it's starting to make newer and higher highs. The altcoins start waking up. Those are trends that have data and reasons why you would have confidence that those trends could continue. And you can see historical evidence of them continuing. It's just much more likely for you to sort of time things by right now picking up stuff which is at bargain basement prices. It might go have a huge drop in the future. I don't know. That's why I didn't put all my money in over the last few weeks, right after the banking bailout. We could still see the ultimate lows. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I know that if the Fed is already starting to fix problems and plug the leaks with money, I just don't see us going too much lower without them having to bust out a bazooka cannon of money. Because if they really let things break, the price tag goes up exponentially. I saw something like 700 banks have less than 50% of their balance sheets reflected if they had to pull out all of their assets from the bond market right now. So it's just dark times for the banking sector. There's a lot of reasons why things could be unstable. But I do see this as a huge opportunity right now for the good altcoins, which are getting no love because they haven't pumped in so long. And that's exactly the generous game of crypto, which is that it grinds people out and it gives everyone the second and third and fourth chance to ride it all the way up, which I just personally see it happening. And I'm excited for it. But, I think as content creators, helping people reframe in the bottom of the bear is the most important thing we could do.
This is my biggest fear. And final question or just thought, my biggest fear is like this meme coin mania seems so many more memes are being created. It seems so much easier because now people understand hot wallets or DeFi wallets so much better. It's like, are we going to see, when the bull really does hit, just like we saw DeFi summer and then DeFi did fine in 2021, are we going to see, is this going to last longer and be a big FU to the man, the regulation that the people see as like, oh, I'm investing in this. That's an FU to Gary Gensler.
No. So the thing about it is, it's always been easy to make meme coins. It's really not that hard, right? And so, if you just want to make a coin, like it's been easy. There was something called Ether Party back in the day, in 2017 or maybe even earlier, where you could make a coin in just a few minutes. And so it's always been easy to make a coin for anyone who knew how. Maybe it's been democratized a little bit, but that's not the factors that lead to meme coins getting popular. What you saw was probably coordinated by some pretty big whales on Pepe. And those big whales only come out to do that kind of stuff here and there. Once the real bull run starts, I believe the whales will be more focused on stuff that they can make more money on, which is going to be the bigger narratives, which inherently attract more capital. And so I think that there is a possibility. I mean, memes are a part of the ecosystem. Meme coins are a category. They will be here forever. I don't think that what we've seen dooms the ecosystem. I think that it's just classic bear market things. People are bored. So when there's boring moments in the market, people will resort to creating their own entertainment. And that's what I saw. But I don't think it changes fundamentally anything. We saw about like 100 million dog coins come out in 2021. I don't think this is that much different. Except that they're using, maybe respectfully to the dogs, better memes, because Pepe is a much better meme. Wojak's a great meme. All these memes are great memes. But yeah, I mean, we saw. I knew someone who's making a dog coin meme generator back in 2021. We've seen this behavior before. I don't think anything's different. This stuff has all happened before. And again, part of the advantage of having seen these things play out before is you don't worry so much about things fundamentally changing. You recognize the patterns. And I believe the pattern that everyone should be paying attention to is look at the range bound lack of excitement on amazing projects from last bear market, and then how they took off once Bitcoin did make new price all-time highs, entered into price discovery. Once ETH did enter into price discovery, what happened to the NFT markets? Once ETH hit new all-time highs, what happened to NFT volume spikes? What happened to like the ecosystem as Bitcoin and ETH did their thing? That's the relationship I think people should be focusing on, because it gives you clarity over why things are maybe not performing now and what might happen once that changes.
Elliot, sound perspective, the links for your channel, your Twitter down below. Thank you, man. Final thoughts for the audience.
Yeah, I think that if you're here in 2019, it's time to start really paying attention. 2022 was about de-risking and being defensive. 2023 is about finding that excitement that you had for crypto again, digging deep, understanding that it might still be 12 plus months before you see the fruits of the labor. But now's the time to start really looking at the way things are in 2023 and get excited about the things that I believe are going to change, or you believe are going to change this ecosystem. Because I think with enough research, I believe in you guys. or gals to find the good stuff and to actually have these life-changing crypto moments. But this is when the work begins. This is when the hard work happens. And if you do this right, by the time the bull run happens, you'll be smiling. You won't have to be 24/7 glued to the screen. You'll just be smiling, watching your portfolio print green numbers. And that's what I hope all of you guys get to experience.